In this video of expressions in QGIS, I will be discussing the field calculator.
Load your exercise data into the map canvas, and you will see a world map generates. Change the coordinate reference system by clicking on the reference system in the bottom right and change it to 54009. Click Apply and OK. You'll see that this changes it into a slightly more globe or round shape. Open the Layers attribute table and enable toggle editing. Open the field calculator and create a new field. We want the field to be called visited. We'd like it to be a text field or a string field. And we'd like the output length to be 3 because it's going to be a yes or no answer. So YES is 3 letters. For now, we would like the input for the field to be no. Once we're happy with that, press OK. And you will see that a new field has been added into the attribute table, but all of the values are no. At this point, you can go through the attribute table using manual select and select the countries that you have visited or been to. So I'm going to go to the admin name and click on it to arrange them in alphabetical order. And then as soon as I go through, I'm going to click on the number in the furthest left to select the entire row. Then I'm going to continue down, clicking on all the countries that I have visited, press Control, and click on the next country that you have been to. Go through the list systematically and click on all the countries that you have visited. Once you have selected all the countries that you have visited, select the Move Selection to Top button, and this will move all of the countries that you have manually selected to the top of your attribute table. Open the field calculator again. Now we want to update an existing field. Click the text box and click on Visited. In Visited, open single quotation marks and type yes, and then press OK. This will change all of the countries that you have selected, and only the countries you have selected, to having a yes value instead of a no value.
There are alternative ways to select the features and change the field value. You could use the toggle multi-edit mode, which will open this form value, and you can see my selected countries here. To select other countries, you can press either Control or Select and click in the correct boxes to select the multiple countries. Once your countries are selected, you can put the change in the visited column here. So mine is already yes because we already changed them, but this is an alternative way to select and change the visited value. Alternatively, you can also use an expression to select the countries that you have been to. So you can come here to the Select Features using Expression, and in the dialog box, come to Fields and Values and choose the admin field, and then you can say equals to, and you click on all unique. You can see the countries here that you may or may not have visited, and you can go through and choose the countries that you have been to. For example, I'm going to choose Botswana, as that is one of the countries I have gone to. Double click on it, and that will go into the field calculator. Then, to be able to select all of the countries that you have been to, you can put an OR in between them and choose again, double click on admin and say equals to the next country that you have visited. In my case, it's Australia. Then say select features. Features box, and you will see that the countries that you have chosen using the expression will be selected. Then, using the dialog box here, you can then change the visited column to whatever you need it to be. Currently it's yes, so we could change it back to no. Make sure that your use of quotation marks is correct, and then say update selected. You will see that that updates the visited column back to no. However, I still want this to be yes, so I type in yes in single quotation marks and say update selected. So there are multiple ways in which to select the countries and update the visited field.
Now save your table edits by clicking on the Save button. Next, close the toggle editing mode and exit the attribute table. You will see that currently the countries that you selected in the attribute table are selected. You can unselect them by clicking on the Deselect Features from All Layers tool. Next, I'd like to symbolize these countries so that the countries that I have visited are green in color and the ones that I haven't visited are red in color. Open the Layer Styling panel and select Categorized. Under the Categorized Labels dialog box, choose Visited as your value and say Classify. You can see that the countries, I can choose a nice red color for the countries that I haven't visited. Press back arrow, select the countries that have yes, and we can select a good green color for the countries that I have visited. There is another classification that you can just turn off.